Today we're going to be talking about nurturing a healthy relationship with nutrition. This is going to be interesting. You know, the connection between food and love.
Aren't we always going out on dates?
I know.
Eating, bonding with our children and all that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that is
yeah.
serious relationship matters as
Yeah,
well.
it is.
Oftentimes when we say relationship, the
It's
first thing
only
the mind goes to is
boy and girl.
romantic
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
But me and my children have beautiful relationships.
But you and I have a beautiful relationship too.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah.
People can even tell.
No, continue.
Anyway, so Akosua Kodadu, who is a state registered nutritionist, has joined us on the set this morning, and we're going to delve into this conversation. Hi, Akosua.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm awesome.
Had a good weekend? Well, I'm good. Yeah, so now let's dive right into the conversation. Nurturing a healthy relationship with nutrition.
Yeah, so just as you would want to take good care of that relationship with that man or that woman, you would need to also take care of the relationship that exists between you and nutrients or nutrition. Because if I am a girlfriend, if I am a wife, I would want to honor my husband or my spouse in a way that depicts a good or a good wife, just as it's said. And you also want to be a good husband. So that is the same feeling you have to give yourself, because I think you loving yourself or you showing yourself that love, that I say that love will always come back to you 100%. You can't guarantee if boy you no but it is always going to be this way. But one thing you can be sure of is that if I feed my body with love, my body will give me love in return. You are looking this way at 40. There is somebody who is not loving their bodies, and so they are even looking like they gave birth to you, but you are probably older than them. You've given yourself some amount of love.
I've seen a few in my lifetime.
Yes, well, you've also given yourself some amount of love, because it's you don't look your age, and so it means that is the relationship we are talking about. So this Valentine, maybe it's about time you also decided to fall in love with nutrition and make nutrition the love of your life, in quotes, because it is all about your health. And I say that the biggest thing that comes first should be your health. It should be about yourself. Don't be selfish, but you need to take care of yourself to be able to give love to another person. So yes, thank you. You need to make sure nutrition is given all the importance it deserves. So quickly, we'll just go through the points. There are points to note to make sure you have a very nourishing relationship with nutrition or food or the food you eat. You should know when to eat and what to eat.
Okay.
So you don't just grab something and eat. You should plan. You plan your life. Okay, so in 5 years' time, Frema, I want to be on BBC.
I still want to be on City.
It's just an example.
No, use that example.
Okay, so in 5 years' time, Frema wants to be City Kum BBC. Koku wants to be here, or in 5 years' time, I don't think I would want to still be the nutritionist at this level. I would want to go higher. That is the same thing you'd have to do as far as what you are feeding your body is concerned. Okay, I am 40. At 50, how do I want to look at 50? So that you make plans for that look. You make plans to make sure that, okay, I am not greeting diabetes, I am not greeting hypertension. And so with everything I put in me, I am looking at where I want to be in the future, and so it is informing what I am eating. Know what to eat. Know your body so well that if you are putting this thing in, you are conscious of what it's going to do for you. For instance,
so this morning I tell myself, I'm just going to have some smoothies, some fruits,
Very good.
And then just I get a text message from Aja because I said, I've bought rice, I've bought some food. I said, what is this?
So AJ, please, you should have brought this at lunch. So you see, sometimes you can do much about some of these
temptations, very difficult to overcome.
It is one thing indulging, it's another thing making it part of you. So there are some people, it's kinky for the morning, it is wachi for the morning. Ask yourself, is this something you need to eat? If I am a mason, I am an athlete, and I go so heavy, I know that my energy expenditure will meet what I kept in, or the input. So you should know what to eat, know when to eat what. You are here talking, and so if you even dash out to go and eat some rice, I am sure by the time you are done from 7:30 to 10, you may even still need to take something in.
Oh yes,
so
I mean the rice would be very helpful.
So it's very important you just know what to eat and when to eat what.
Yeah.
So for a pregnant woman, you should know that you need to eat 5 times a day. Now, people go like, even the 3 square, you want me to add 2 more. It is not any large meal. It could be one simple 1 boiled egg with 1 boiled corn. So these 2 can make up for the other. So I need to really explain it, because if you say add extra 2 meals, people may take fufu twice a day or banku twice a day. So you don't need that. You need extra nutrients. And I've given you an example. That boiled egg and then boiled corn can make up for the extra you need. You are pregnant, you need to make up for your nutrient stores, make up for the needs of the child in your womb, and then make up for your individual need also. And so it's very important that you add the extra meal. Don't worry about weight. If you really breastfeed well, you can lose that baby fat. If you are an average person, a sedentary person, that's where we talk about the 3 square meals. Your breakfast, your lunch, your supper. And for all the examples I'm giving, at least 1 snack will do. And a snack, I heavily recommend fruits.
Okay.
So you can go for an apple, the Granny Smith, excellent example. That's the green one. So you can go for that. And then lactating women. So lactating women, for a pregnant woman is 4. For lactating woman or somebody breastfeeding, it is 5.
Okay.
Because if you are breastfeeding every 1 hour or every 2 hours, which is like 12 to up to 24 times in a day, and you are not eating well, you can even collapse.
You're right.
Because breastfeeding, you are a mother,
it's
you have
draining,
boys.
so
you can imagine
yes.
how it is if you, the woman, so you see that sometimes the babies are doing well and the mothers are just doing worse.
So frail.
Yes, so you need to take care. Convalescent invalids, for them, somebody who is sick, somebody who is recovering, that's a convalescent and an invalid. You need to take it easy. Make sure you do a lot of fluid replacement. For instance, if I had diarrhea, if I am vomiting all over the place, you have to make sure you are taking care of my fluid needs. So you normally don't have to be stiff on those individuals, because already some are even struggling to eat. So you give them things that they can easily take in at kind of certain spaces. So every 3 hours you can give them broth that is like what we call locally stock. So you can give them something like that with a bit of vegetables in there, just to help them make up for their fluid needs and also get some nutrients. And then there's no need to wait so long before you eat. So some people want to feel that they are hungry before they go and eat. And the temptation to overeat is there. Now, when you overeat, your body will use what it needs to use. The remaining will turn to hurt you. And that is what is leading to the hypertension and the diabetes we have around. So one way to love yourself is to make sure you eat. If you're aware that breakfast has to be taken, I need to break that fast. You don't need to feel hungry before you eat it. If you're aware that this is lunch for me and this is what it's going to do for me, you understand what breakfast, lunch, supper means to your body, and the snack you are taking, what it means to your body, I wouldn't need to sit here and encourage you or talk you into eating. Eat a balanced diet. Now, the World Health Organization has given us some requirements together with the Ghana Health Service. Whatever you are eating should have the 4-star diet in it. And so we have the animal protein, we have the staples, what we call the starch or carbs, and then we have the fruits and vegetables, we have the pulses, nuts and seeds, and then we have on the side essential fats, we have salt being there. So make sure that whatever you are eating, there is a representation from every group to make up for the balanced diet, because you need iron, you need vitamin C, you need vitamin A, you need vitamin D, you need all the 8 key nutrients and other nutrients to make sure that you stay kweku, you stay frema. And so it's very important that we do it that way. And then practice mindfulness. Now, there are people who rush through their meals. There are people, okay, I want to eat fast. Oh, Akosia, you are a slow eater. Your food is getting cold. I need 20 minutes for satiety signals to hit my brain. So allow me, use 25 minutes to eat my food, if that is what I can take. Because personally, when I rush through my meals, I choke. and I need to chew properly.
Yeah.
So you are surprised that I can eat and my tummy is still like this. I don't give my larger intestines pressure, because if you chew and you don't masticate properly for it to be broken down into particles that the body can move with, it means that my smaller intestines can't break them down, and so it will need to be transferred to the larger intestine. That crossing over is what is giving a lot of women the pouch.
Okay.
Because now you can see that they are bloating. There is gas when they sit here. Sometimes even our dear slave queens, they have the pouch. Slay your tummy. Make sure you are eating and chewing properly, so that at least you can have everything being taken care of. You will eat, you go through the day and still have this kind of tummy. It's not because I'm a nutritionist. Chew properly, period. And then you indulge responsibly.
Okay.
Responsibly in the sense that sometimes you give me this milk, and I believe that because I bought it and I can afford it, let me go for half of it.
Or probably because I had it for free. So you go to
Yeah.
parties, you go for funerals, and
Yeah.
then there's
Take-
abundance
take
of
away
say,
extra
wait,
food.
this
Yes,
is food.
there is milk, free milk and
Yeah,
coffee
so
at
when you
City.
get there, you
So
are
when you get
just
there,
pouring.
oh, Prissy, I need milk. Then they give you milk, so you do justice
Yeah.
to it. Your body needs just 40 ml. So this milk, ideally, is for 4 people.
Okay.
Ideally. But Frema, I know you can do half, right?
It's okay, Samuel came in there.
I mean,
It's not one, two,
So
so
that's what I'm saying, that
indulge.
ideally we are
Yeah.
allowed a certain limit, because sometimes my 40 ml is small for me. I'm a cereal person, and I feel that at 3 dear, looks like I can't buy the milk. So I do like up to 6 or even 8. But I am here to tell you, ideally, your body, my body, is making good use of the 40 ml. Of course, if you are okay, I know you don't like it, but you are talking, you are using a lot of energy.
I'll ban it, you know. I'll
in
ban
a
it,
way,
yeah.
but don't allow your body to deceive you. We don't want Rema at 50.
No, I got you. Don't worry. Let me enjoy my
So
class. I got
you indulge responsibly.
Yeah.
We know that Valentine coming, you do wine and what have you. Do a shot as a woman, a man too. Stop looking at her. I'm telling you what you need to do to make sure you are doing good to your heart. Or better still, if you don't do alcohol, you can just go for chocolate. The resveratrol also sits in chocolate, and so chocolate,
We'll do both. Don't worry.
chocolate
It's
or
Valentine's.
We'll be
chocolate
responsible.
or red wine, whatever you decide to do.
We'll be responsible.
Well, yes, so thank you. And then you stay hydrated.
Okay.
8 glasses a day for the average person. If you're somebody who is physically involved in a lot of works, if you're an athlete, you can do up to 12. And then for a lactating woman or a pregnant woman, a breastfeeding, that's the lactating, you also need to do 12, because breastfeeding involves a lot of
Yeah.
fluid,
Okay.
and so you need to make sure there is fluid replacement. I am always stressing on the breastfeeding, because sometimes they come and babies look better than their mothers.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure you are taking good care of yourself in that regard.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Those who are under eating because they are trying to maybe say lose weight, for example, is there a challenge with that?
Okay, so it could be anything. I love using myself so that people would also know that we also go, doctors get sick. So I had an infection, a gut infection,
Okay.
and it was as a result of me. So it affected me as far as even my appetite was concerned. Already, I'm not a big eater, and it had affected me. So I knew that there was something going on. So labs were done for me to know that this is what was going on. Of course, I'm done treating it. I'm left with my last dosage to go. But that can be a reason why somebody is under eating, because you realize that the appetite sometimes is just not there.
Okay.
They don't even feel for the food.
Yeah.
It could be a factor. I have blamed my mom at a point, because when you are young and you are too picky sometimes they want the easy way out. They come to the hospital, hey, when I give the child banku and okro, the child doesn't want to eat, so I resorted to this popular cereal we all know. You just add hot water, stir it, and start feeding the child. I tell mothers that I use myself as an example. It has been difficult trying to correct my eating habits because my mother, a typical Ashanti woman on the go chasing money, wants the easy way out. I can't spend 30 minutes begging you to eat banku or begging you to eat omuto. And so if this works for me and I can have you eat this fast so that I can go, then so be it. But they forget, or sometimes they have no idea that it is under it's they are underfeeding the child.
You know, so for adults, for someone like me, when I'm very busy, I lose appetite. When I have a lot on my hands, you know, have to be running up and down, I don't even get hungry. When I'm overly excited, I don't feel hungry. So sometimes I'm hosting a party, and right through the night, I will not eat anything.
So your PA should be able to help you like this one, so that we have healthy smoothies, just like you mentioned this morning. So they can cushion you. Sometimes something is not what we would call a typical food in our part of the world, but you calculate everything sitting in there and you are satisfying a lot of things that banku and palm nut soup with akrantia is satisfying, because some people are good. They are gurus when it comes to this smoothie things. They make sure they are gauging or looking at every group within the 4-star diet category. So they have some almonds here, and then the animal protein, they have a bit of skimmed milk on the side. They are picking like spinach and making sure broccoli. So it's like you look at the 4-star diet, the examples I gave, some for the staples, some can even add a teaspoon of oatmeal. And so you look at the 4-star group, and it's like this person is taking something you wouldn't call food, but on the other side, everything is being satisfied as far as health and quality nutrition is concerned. So you can do that if you don't feel for the chicken you made, the salad you made. You can do that to make sure you get all the help you need.
I like this thing you talked about, smoothies. One of the things that I find challenging, and I see people doing this a lot, is when you hear that, oh, this thing is good, then we want to eat buckets of it.
Yes, that's why I'm scared when I'm talking about smoothies.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, even just saying, oh, you need vegetables. Vegetables are good, and then you find your favorite vegetable. Let's say cucumber, green pepper, and then suddenly it's like now
every day.
You've turned into sheep.
I actually heard a story of a man who got jaundiced from chewing too much carrot. Yeah, and I think it's possible. I'm not sure.
So jaundice is as a result of bilirubin.
Yes.
And that is what, even when with the new babies who are jaundiced, we place them under the blue light. Yeah. And I tell mothers that if you are thinking you are going to give your child medication, it's just breast milk that your child needs. Just to be able to clear that bilirubin out of them. And we've even discussed adult jaundice here, but it's been such a long time. So, like I said, too much of everything can be bad, and too much of what is even good can be bad, like hyperkalemia. That is the condition you get from consuming lots of amounts of potassium. It can happen in people because at a point it was a thing. Coconut water is good for men and sexuality. So you realize, I have a coconut friend. Somebody can come and pack and buy 10 bottles. And he goes like, this person will come back in 2 days. I'm like, is the person replacing water intake? I've been there and watched a gentleman drink like almost 2 bottles of that 750 ml times 2. And you think, oh, because it's good for sexual, are we in this world only for sexual performance? You will give your body something else. Hyperkalemia means it's a condition. And so in your quest to give yourself nutrition as far as potassium is concerned, which would have been good for your blood pressure, would have been good as far as, look at what you do, the stress. You have to drive down, get here, what time do you leave the house? Whatever you are eating should be able to bless you as far as potassium is concerned. So you avoid even worrying your pressure, your blood pressure, because that can be bad. It's linked with stress.
Thank you very much, Akosia. We really
need to eat
appreciate
well.
this. All right.
We
So,
will eat well.
how do people get in touch with you?
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram or send me a DM at The Nutritionist Akosia on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Nutritionist Akosia, and you can WhatsApp me on 0243 335 0206 on nutrition and loving nutrition.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Akosia.